Hello everyone, welcome. Hold on, let me turn up the volume so that way you can hear the little... It is time to show you the Shiranui Thunder Dragons. And you're probably saying, wait, what? Yes, you've heard that right. Shiranui Thunder Dragons. Now, how does this deck work? Well, 30 card Fat Boy deck. How do we start? Well, starting by 2 Roar. This is the Thunder Dragon engine. Excuse me. 2 Hawk, 3 Dark, 3 Roar. So, 2 Hawk, 3 Dark, 3 Roar. 1 Duo. Oops. Hold on. Get back there. Because I deleted a card from the deck and I wasn't sure what. So those cards started. And then how do we get the Thunder Dragon? So what does the deck do? Well, again, they have 2 effects. Now, the whole card is a hard once per turn. When they are banished, they get an effect. And when they are sent from the hand to the graveyard, they get an effect. So let's go over. So, when they are sent from the field to grave, they get 1 effect. When they are sent from the hand to the grave, they get another effect. So let's start. Hawk. Hawk, we run at 2, because I only have 2. When it's sent from the hand to the grave, you get to special summon 1 Thunder Dragon from your graveyard. Or banished. So if they Steel Tombs you, do not be afraid. You can go from the banished zone. Very good. Next, 3 Dark. Why Dark? Well, what Dark does... Oh, one other thing. When Hawk is banished, unlike being sent from the hand to the graveyard, so its second effect, you can mulligan essentially, almost like a big switcheroo. Return any amount of cards from your hand to your deck, shuffle, and then draw a whole new hand. Or as many cards as you shuffled in. So that can be really good if you have a brick in your hand. And more commonly, as you use baggy sleeves, which will allow you to draw a lot of cards, you can effectively return 3-4 cards easy back to the deck. Draw 4 new cards that can maybe help you. Maybe you need a tuner to get to one of your synchros to out your opponent's card. And you need to be able to get that draw, so Hawk can be very effective there. This effect was kind of minimal before, but now it gets used a lot more frequently. So the second Thunder Dragon is Thunder Dragon Dark. So Dark, when it's sent from the hand to the grave, you add another Dark from your deck to your hand. Really good to just thin the deck out. You know, maybe you opened up a brick turn 1 and you need to thin, or you're on your opponent's turn, you get a brick, and then you can thin out on your opponent's turn, because this effect can be activated on either player's turn, because it's a quick effect. Next, its other effect is if it's sent from the field to the grave or banished, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. Doesn't have to be a monster, it can be your traps too. Also, this can be used in combos to pitch your Dark in an opening turn setup. Get a Dark in the grave just to set up a Hawk to special summon it. So you have a defense to set up your baggy sleeves. Alright, so next Thunder Dragon, we'll go over the text in a second, is your Duo. Now, Duo's a bit different. It doesn't work like the other Thunder Dragons. You banish a light and a dark from your grave. It can be any light and dark. It can be a Spear Karibo also. Alright? So keep that in mind. So you banish a light in the dark, special summon him. He's got 2800 attack. Also, his effect reads that when you use the Thunder Dragon monster's effect in the hand, you can increase his attack by 300. So if you discard a Dark, discard a Hawk, discard a Roar, goes up by 300. Actually a monster effect, not only a Thunder Dragon effect, so it can be used with Spear Karibo as well. They need to keep that in mind, that will go up by 300, so keep that in mind. Really, really good. Can swing over a Casitas at that point, or swing over a Blue Eyes, or whatever 3000 monsters you're having trouble getting over with. Next, 3 Thunder Dragon Roar. Oh wait, one more thing. Duo has 1 more effect, and that is 2 more effects actually. When it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you banish 1 card from your grave, add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Can be End of Thunder, can be a tuner if you choose to run Thunder tuners. But more importantly, you can search any of your Thunder Dragons right to your hand. Also, its last effect. And keep in mind, it does banish a card from the grave. So if you banish your Dark, it will get its effect. You banish your Roar, it will get its effect. And if you banish your Hawk, it can get its effect as well. And if you banish a Shiranui Solitaire, it can also get its effect and your Shiranui Squire. So this is where the spice is going to come in. Now, its final effect is, once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards, put it to the top of your or bottom of your deck. Great way to recycle in case they try to deck you out. And great way to get your, to set up your next draw as well, especially if you're using baggy sleeves. Roar. On discard, you can add any of your Thunder Dragon cards that are banished from graveyard, banished or in your graveyard to your hand. So you can add back your Hawk, very good in combos. Especially if you don't have this max Hawk, it can be very good. Roar can be very important for you. And you can also add back your Duo. Now, in many cases you don't have to, because that Duo is in what the TCG, what we call a semi-nami. So that means if it's been normal summoned properly, it's actually been summoned properly, not normal summon. If it's been summoned properly first, then sent to the grave or sent to the banish, wherever, grave or banish, then you can bring it back. Alright, so you don't have to add it to your hand. You can bring it back off your Hawk or your 100 Thunders, which we'll get to later. Okay, so its first effect is you can add a Thunder Dragon monster card. It can be 100 Thunders from your grave or your banish to your hand. Second effect, on banish, you can special summon one Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense mode, but it goes back to the hand. Keep that in mind. Don't just Gold Sark, summon a monster, and forget that it goes back to the hand. One common play you could do is open up Gold Sark, go for your Roar, special summon your Dark, tribute set another Roar, and then Dark searches a Thunder Dragon, 100 Thunders, puts it in the hand, or you can tribute another Dark over it, and then you're set up well defensively for your baggy sleeves. Next, Shiranui Solitaire. Now, I talked about this in my Shiranui video. Tribute one zombie, special summon one zombie tuner with 0 defense from your deck. So you can summon your Spectral Sword. Great way to feed out your tuners if you need it. Now, unlike Squire, Solitaire does not limit what you could do as far as synchro summoning. So you don't have to worry about only being able to hard summon zombies for the rest of the turn. You can summon whatever you want. You can summon your Samurai, your Dark End, which are very good options to deal with whatever your opponent has. Alright? Also, when it's banished, you can special summon Shiranui Master for the banish zone. So you can summon Spectral Sword, and then be able to combo your 8. So if your Spectral Sword, your Solitaire in the graveyard, then your opponent has to fear for you going for a Shogun Saga and one card next turn. Squire. Now, with Squire, I kind of wish we could run another level 6 in here, but for now, it is what it is. Squire on summon, get your Spectral Sword, go to your 6. So if your 6 dies, you draw 2 off of baggy sleeves, and then you can go into your Shogun Saga. Very good. Next, 3 Aloof Lupine. Aloof Lupine is really, really good, right? Why is it really good? Aloof Lupine is great for banishing your Thunder Dragons and getting their effects. So it's kind of like a cheap end Gold Sark. So you summon Aloof, banish your Roar, banish your Dark. Now, Dark will activate his Chain Link too, because you can't mandate the Chain Links in this game. In the TCG, you could chain whatever you want, but this will go Chain Link 2, Roar Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, search your Hawk, Chain Link 1, special summon another Hawk from the deck or another Roar. Then you can use your Hawk, special summon your Dark, and you're well off defensively. Another play you could do is, if you don't want to do that, and you know you can get your Dark in the graveyard the following turn, you could search 100 Thunders as well. Or maybe you already have Hawk in hand. So it depends on what you have and what you need at the current moment. Also, some more aggressive plays could be searching Duo, going in for potential OTKs or whatever. Also, what makes Aloof really good is once it dies, target one of your banished cards, add it to your hand. Now, before we go into text, which I'm going to bring up how good Spirit Karibo is in this deck, but adding any of your Thunder Dragons back off your Aloof Pine, you're going to have them banished. That's going to be really good advantage for you. That really comes in handy. Also, you're going to have a chance to add Spirit Karibo back off of it as well. I'll get into that. Why we don't play Kite Roy in this deck, I'll get into that later. 3 Gold Sark. Gold Sark essentially is your play enabler, first turn combo, beginning your first turn play maker. So, initial play maker, Gold Sark does really well at. Also, it's good for late game because it has synergy with the Shiranui cards. So, like I said, turn 1, banish your Dark, summon your discard Hawk. After you search it, summon your Dark, You wouldn't tribute set at that point, because at that point you wouldn't be able to get Dark's effect unless you feel they're going to go for OTK, and then you need to set your Roar for protection, because Roar will summon out of the deck when it's sent to the graveyard from the field or banished. So you want to keep that in mind. Next, 2 Clash. Why is Clash so good? You're banishing. You have plenty of cards on field to banish. Also, what makes this card insanely good is that you'll get your Thunder Dragon effects when it's banished. So if you have a Dark or Roar on the field and you banish, you can special them in the deck or add it to your hand, so that can come in handy. Also can essentially negate 2 attacks if you know how to play this smart. So if your opponent attacks, let's say they attack and they have a weaker monster on the field. So let's say they have something, lower than 2,000, right? And then they attack with that. You can World Legacy Clash in the damage step, reduce the second monsters. Let's say in this instance, we'll say they have a Snipe Hunter and a Blue Eyes on the field. Reduce the Snipe, reduce the Blue Eyes, banish in damage step. So Roar will be able to summon your Thunder Dragon Hawk in this case. Their Blue Eyes will be at 1,500, and then they can't swing over. Nor can they redeclare an attack with a Snipe Hunter, despite being a change of monsters on the field. Why? Because it's damage step. In damage step, you can't redeclare attacks. So that's a very big rain play with World Legacy Clash. Alright? 2 Spear Karibo. Why do we play Spear Karibo? Spear Karibo is broken in this deck. Let me explain why. It's a hand trap. They can't pop it with Cybernetic Overflow. They cannot pop it with Dark Magic Circle. Also, what makes this card insanely good is you'll have a ton of monsters for protection that you feel you can use this at any time and be safe. Also, by banishing it in your graveyard off your Thunder Dragon Duo, you can get it right back to your hand. 2 ways. Thunder Dragon Duo, putting it on top of the deck, or using your Aloof Lupine. When it's destroyed and sent to the grave, you can add a banished monster to your hand. Spear Karibo. So you're saying, well, why not Kiteroid? Because you don't have a lot of direct attacks in this game. You need Spear to defend against Purgatrio. That's why. Okay? So that's why I prefer Spear over Kite. But you can play Kite in here if you like. I like Clash, but you can play Kite. Next, 3 Paleozoic Canadia. Then we'll get into the trap. Canadia, one of the best traps in the game. You flip it down, flip their monster down. Very good with Thunder Dragons because you're going to always have monsters on the field. So generally, whatever you flip down, you'll be able to swing over next turn. One of the things when you use a card like Canadia is you want to make sure whatever you deal with, you're able to swing over to the next turn and fully deal with the scenario. So you don't want to flip a monster down and then not have an out to deal with it. So 3 Canadias, really good. Also can special summon itself from the grave when another trap is triggered. Could be yours or your opponent's for defense, so really good. Thunder Dragon 100 Thunders. So what's this card do and how do you get it? It's a level 30 Mokuba reward. These are also 3 level up Mokuba rewards, your Roars. So you grind Mokuba up to level 30 DSOD. So what does this do? Targets 1 Thunder Dragon in your graveyard, special summon it. But what makes this really good is if you have any other Thunder Dragons in the grave with the same name, you can special summon them. So, great way to make defense. Great way, because this card can be recycled off your Roar. Great way to make a defensive wall. And also use your Thunder Dragon Duo, because you can resummon this once it's properly resummoned, because it's a semi-Nami. Okay? So bring this back, and at the opponent's end phase, get a resource back. Maybe Spear. You can even get back a Solitaire. Not out of the question. Clash or Canadia. Next, your Synchro Engine. 1 Squire Saga. Why? Because when you are locked into summoning zombies, you summon your Dark off a Roar, then you summon Squire, special summon Spectral Sword, Squire Saga, and then you can search. Keep in mind, do not search your Hawk because you can't special summon anything but zombies for the turn. If you use Squire. If you use Solitaire, then you can search Hawk. In that case, I would search 100 Thunders for the follow-up. So you go into Squire Saga, banish itself, or a Squire from the grave. Well, you won't have Squire in the grave. You can banish any fire or any monster in the grave. Keep in mind, you can also banish another Thunder Dragon that's in the grave, get its effect. Although this won't do anything but gain, it won't do anything if you banish the Thunder Dragon because it really needs zombies to get its effect. But most of the time, you can just use its effect, banish it on field, and then pop a card on the field, and pop 2 cards on the field, pop their monster, pop their back row, and then have your 100 Thunders for the follow-up. And also Gold Sark making this live later on through a Solitaire. Next card. Dark End Dragon. Where is this good? Dark End Dragon. It targets one monster, sends it to the grave. And this loses 500 attack and defense. So what makes this good? Well, if you target your opponent's Shiranui Sun Saga, it does not destroy it, sends it to the grave. Cards that wouldn't want to be destroyed, Silent Magician, and some other random niche cards that you may want to send to the graveyard. Great card to add it, and you only need a Dark Tuner to summon it. I mean, a Dark Non-Tuner does not require Dark Tuner, so Spectral Sword can summon it without the restriction as long as you don't summon it off a Squire. So you can summon your Solitaire, go Spectral Sword, and then summon it off any of your level 6s. Sun Saga, level 10. How do you summon this? Generally by having a level 2 and a level 8 Shogun in the grave. But on summon, non-target destruction, and boom, just clear a field, and get back your level 6 and your 8 back into the extra deck for extra resources. Keep in mind, if your Synchros are banished, you can also target your Synchros with Duo and put them back in your extra deck. Keep that in mind. Alright. Shogun Saga, your OTK Playmaker, banishes generally a Samurai from the grave, goes up to 55. You summon this off your Solitaire and your Spectral Sword, and then boom, boom, boom. Generally GG at that point. The Samurai Destroyer, really good. Solitaire, easy make. Samurai Destroyer, cucks Ritual Beast really hard. Alright, you swing into their window, they're getting screwed over. And if you can bash this, recharge the extra deck, use it again. And then Samurai Saga, easy. If this is in the grave, you summon it off the Squire and Spectral Sword, and also off your Solitaire and your Spectral Sword. Okay, let's get into some replays. Thunder Dragons, Baggy Sleeves. Now, if you don't know what Baggy Sleeves does, whenever you're level 5 or higher monster destroyed by battle, you draw 2 cards. Really, really good. Because this deck floats a lot. Alright? First replay, Bandit Keith versus Odeon. Okay, so we're going to start off, and I'm going to try to narrate through this as quickly as as effectively as possible. Alright, start. Elusive Repine, banish the Roar, banish the Dark. Roar activates Chainlink 1, Dark Chainlink 2. Dark searches out Hawk. Roar's going to summon out another Roar, so that we get it back next turn. Hawk, special Dark, special Roar, add back Roar to the end. Now, this is really good defense, especially against Odeon. I'm not worried. Summon the Solitaire. Solitaire is also a really good way to play out the Floodgate, if you feel they have it. Especially since you contribute over it to clear it. Swing in for 24. Econ takes. Whitestone Ancients. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay. Goes Cosmo Brain. Summon another Ancient. Tribute the Ancients. Summon a Blue Eyes. Attacks. Roar's effect. We're going to get to draw 2 next turn, since he destroyed Roar in battle. Search the Dark, because I didn't want him to destroy my Hawks. Even though we're going to have 3 Darks in our hand. Baggy Sleeves. Activate Spectral Sword. Get that level 8 play going. Get that Shogun Saga on the field. Now, because he has no chainable back row, watch this. Summon Solitaire. Special. Boom! Shiranui Sun Saga. Level 10. Return 2 to the extra deck. Non-targeting destruction. Pop it all. Roar adds back the Hawk. Hawk on effect from and special the Roar. Attack. And turn. He's in trouble. Hawk. Get another Roar. Tribute. Set. And that's lethal. Really, really good. Get that Sun Saga out. And they're not going to expect that initially. So, really, really good. They got to make sure they're always paying attention to the grave. Bandit Keith versus Yusei Fudo. Let's go. Alright. So we got the KOG KOG with this deck. What does that mean? We wanted a 10-game win streak. Alright. Very good hand. Neos Fusions right off the bat. Alright, so he's playing a Dark Cavalry deck. My turn. Summon Solitaire. Floodgates. That's a good way. I baited out the Floodgate right there. So now we can go for Dark. Search out the Hawk. Activate the Hawk. Special the Dark. Discard. Add back the Hawk. And we good. We're gonna chill.
I know what to do.
Goes for dark. Gets really greedy. Goes for that dark cavalry. Spear Karibo. Again, that's something Kyroy would have not done for us. Special back. Activate Legacy. Does not negate. We were ready for the negate anyway. Light dark, including the spear. Swing. Regeki break, that's fine. Bring back off a clash because we now have a monster zone free. Tops Keeper of Dragon, special summon, that's fine. Ties that bind. He attacks, so we get that draw 2, and we get that search. So much advantage we're gaining here. Baggy sleeves, draw, hawk, summon, set, attack, attack, seeing, banish, add another, and activate dark. Look at how much advantage we're just getting, guys. It's crazy. What's he gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. Yeah, that's fine. And turn. Get that spear right back to the top. See, we recycle that spear, Karibo, tribute, and the 28. Nothing he can do. So much advantage. We must have went like +4 or 5. Easy. Like, really easy to gain so much advantage off of baggy sleeves. I tell you, dude, with Thunder Dragon's baggy sleeves is broken. I don't know why you would use anything else. It's just so broken, dude. So incredibly broken. Alright, going second. Goes Cosmo Brain, Blue Eyes, that's 2 ends. Summon Aloof, Aloof on summons. Pitch the Dark, pitch the Roar. Again, Dark's Chainlink 2, Roar Chainlink 1, special the Hawk, add the Hawk to our hand. Activate Hawk in hand, special summon the Roar in attack mode. Set 3, end. Now, I was playing Wall Disruption initially in this build, but I cut it. But in this case, I cut it as we went along because I figured it wouldn't be as useful against some other decks. So, he goes Blue Eyes after Silver's Cry after we clash him. Swings in, Aloof Lupine gets back the Roar. Like I said, we get that advantage. And then we have just gained so much advantage here. Hawk, summon the Dark. Normal summon Shiranui Squire. Squire on summon gets her Spectral Sword. Go right into Squire Saga. Does not have a response. Summon in defense. Try to not promote a response because I thought he had an Econ. Squire Saga, target. It was a Regeki break. Swing for 18. Once Squire Saga activates, your opponent must chain, or it's no good for them. They're done. Solitaire, off the banishment of our banishment off our Solitaire, get our Squire Saga back. Special summon, activate Banish the Dark. Dark adds back our duo, and then boom! Crazy, dude. This deck is crazy, man. Yeah, man. Now, this was the craziest of the replays. Watch all the resources this Cyber Dragon player had. But we crushed them anyway. It didn't matter. Because we have more advantage than he did. Watch. Alright. Cyber Dragon Veer. That's not really a good play. It might have been this one or another Cyber Dragon. We'll see. We will see. Hawk, summon back. Samurai Destroyer. Concentrating Current, that's completely fine. We go for our Thunder Dragon duo. And turn. Herald of the Abyss. Cyber Style. Overload Fusion. Rampage Dragon. Now I choose not to use the Clash here because I figured he might have another Cyberload to go for something else. And then he would have had game if he didn't, so I took a shot that it wasn't another current. Gold Sark, Dark. No, this wasn't the one, I don't think. This wasn't the one. This was not the one. Might be the next duel. Alright, but we got him anyway. This wasn't the one. Boom. 55, we farm him. Hopefully I saved that replay. I think I did. I'm like 90% sure. Yes, this is the one. Yes, we did. Alright. This is the crazy one. The last one wasn't. But it was good how we got summoned the Shogun and we had game. Now, this duel is crazy. Watch this. Core on summon. Searches the Cyberload Fusion. Sets 3 ends. Aloof Lupine off the top. Keep in mind, we banished for a cost, so if you use the counter trap, it would negate the secondary banish, but the initial cost would still go through. Keep that in mind. That's very important because you can use that to play around counter trap. So we decide to swing. I don't mind getting him down to Cyber Style. Use this Cyber Overflow, pops or Roar. We can't use Roar because we already used its other effect. So summons the Veer, Core summons Veer, and then we could search. Then he can search Cyber Low Fusion. So now we can pop our back row. Cyber Style, Cyber Low Fusion, Rampage Dragon, activates Rampage, pops, activate Thunder Dragon 100 Thunders. We're gonna summon defense. I mean it's offense. Sorry, attack mode. Windstorm. All right. Rampage Dragon activates Overload Fusion. Ghost banishes everything. Goes for Rampage. Attack. Spear Kribo. Attack. Roar. We're gonna get to draw again. Activates another Cyberload. Look at this guy. Goes Chimera Tech over Dragon. So banishes everything so that we can set up a Chimera. Attack. Shuffle in the dark, get another draw. Aloof. Baggy sleeves. Roar, add back the 100 Thunders. Set Aloof. Summon our duos just so we can get it properly summoned. Shuffle with our Hawk. End. Cyclone. Attack. Attack. Add back the Hawk. Baggy sleeves. Look at this. Roar. Now, pops another core. Core adds back his overflow. We're going to play right around that overflow. Attack. Roar summons back Dark. We have nothing left. Baggy sleeves. Draw 2. Roar adds back Hawk. Summons Solitaire. Uses overflow. Tricked him. Hawk. Summons back Duo. GG! Did not banish on field. And even so, we had Spear. We would have kept the resource pool going. Good game. Good game. So, as you can see, this deck gets crazy. If you have the tools, I recommend you try it. It's really fun way to play Thunder Dragons. There are many ways to play this deck, dude. You could see easy KOG KOG. Easy. Look at this. Blowing through those Zanes. Spellbooks. Agents. Blackwing. Blackwing. The first one we kind of got a little lucky in, but the second one we killed him. So, this is the deck. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Should be on about 11, 12 o'clock. This is the tilt. Tilting your way out. Signing out.